review, discuss, and reimagine popular movie lists objectively. We're your hosts. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Brad. And on this episode, we're going to be exploring number 76 from AFI's 100 Years, 100 Passions, the 100 Greatest Love Stories of All Time.
All right, and number 76 is The Quiet Man, released in 1952, directed by John Ford, starring John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara.
So, the synopsis for this romantic comedy are as follows. In the 1920s, retired Pittsburgh boxer Sean Trooper Thornton, played by John Wayne, returns to his birthplace of Innisfree, Ireland, to purchase his old family farm. Shortly after arrival, he meets and falls for fiery Mary Kate Donaher, played by Maureen O'Hara, the sister of town bully Squire Red Will Donaher. Will also wants to buy the farm. When the sale goes to Sean, Will retaliates by refusing consent for Sean to marry his sister. Some village residents put on a ruse that wealthy widow Tulane will marry Will if Kate is no longer under his roof. He gleefully allows the marriage, but refuses the dowry when he learns of the ruse. While Sean doesn't care about it, for Mary Kate the dowry represents her personal value to the community and her freedom. This causes estrangement between the newlyweds. Sean's refusal to fight is seen as cowardice by Mary Kate, but it's revealed to Reverend Playfair that it's because he killed a man in the ring. After being berated for her selfishness by the Reverend, Mary Kate and Sean partially reconcile and share the bedroom for the first time. The next morning, Mary Kate boards a train for Dublin, not wanting to go, but to try to spur Sean to action. Sean learns of her departure and races to the station. Sean forces Mary Kate to walk 5 miles back to Donegal Farm. He attempts to give Mary Kate back to Will, declaring no fortune, no marriage, as is their custom. Will finally pays the $350 dowry, which Sean immediately burns in a boiler, abetted by Mary Kate, who really only wanted her husband to be courageous and to get her brother's respect. As he is leaving, Sean is punched by Will, and a long, extended Donnybrook ensues that leads all the way back to town. Both beaten and bloody, and with a begrudging respect for each other, Sean and Will end up at the Thornton farm for dinner, much to Mary Kate's amused delight.
Okay, so a couple things before we get started. One, Mom.
Sorry.
I'm going to be honest about this movie, and I don't think you're going to like it, and I apologize.
Yeah, sorry, Carol.
Number two, I feel like I was sold a bill of goods about this movie. I feel like this is one of the movies that people rant and rave about how wonderful it is and how good it is and how wonderful John Wayne is in it. And hey, okay. But it's not just the horrible treatment of women in this movie, but also it's just not a good movie. It's not great to look at. It's not, the production's all... Yeah. You could tell where the fakeness is and where it's not.
There's a couple scenes where there's definitely a matte painting.
Yeah, and you could tell.
You can absolutely tell it's a
so
matte
bad.
Painting, yeah.
And I...
You know, the funniest thing was, I was like, oh, John Ford must have gotten a paycheck for this movie. John Ford got nominated for an Oscar for this movie.
No. Guys.
Wow. John Ford got nominated for an Academy Award for this movie because his name was John Ford. That's why he got nominated, because this is...
It's crap.
This is really not his best work.
No, okay, so lots of things wrong with this movie, okay? One, violent. It's very violent with women. Yeah. You know, he, Brad was saying in the synopsis, he's dragging her 5 miles by her neck. Yeah. What?
He's, dragging her. He kicks her in the ass.
Kicks her. He pulls on her. He, does all these horrible things. And John Wayne is a big man. So it's it's really kind of
Well, it's not just that. I mean, they kind of, they try to explain it away by making her character fiery.
Yes, because she's got red hair.
Well, she's got this attitude about her, and, man has to put her in her place.
Yes.
And it's dude. And then that's the other thing is like, Maureen O'Hara is a really good actress. I don't know if it's the script or her choices, but man, this is a schizophrenic performance.
Yeah, she's all over the place.
She's so weird.
She's all over the place. She's like stalkery. Like she's just like watching people.
Yeah.
And then she's like...
And she flies off the handle at nothing.
Flies off the handle for no reason. And then it's like, okay, they're doing a lot of like stereotypical Irish shit in this movie.
Yeah.
Like... These men at the bar are drunk all day.
Like, everyone in the town is, like, drunk all day. It's, like, really...
And fighting Irish. Like, they're fighting each other all the time. And it's like, what is happening? You know? It's just really... And it's not... It's not compelling at all. At all.
Yeah. It's
just really, like... Not good.
Like, you could make this story interesting, I think.
Why bother? Why bother taking a piece of crap movie, which a piece of crap storyline, and trying to make it better? Why even go there? Why
Stop trying to spray paint the turd, Brad.
Right. Like, you don't need to remake this movie in any way, shape, or form.
I'm just saying that there were choices that could have been made that would have made it more interesting.
Well, I mean, there could have been a lot of different choices for this movie. Like, they could have, you know... I don't know. They could have got a different actor. Because John Wayne, come on now. I don't see him as a leading man. I'm sorry. I'm probably killing every single, like, baby boomer lady out there.
As soon as this video drops, Jerry has just been officially, like, left out of her mom's will.
Probably.
John Wayne is my mother-in-law's, like, favorite actor.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of John Wayne movies.
He's fine in certain roles, but I don't buy him as a romantic lead.
No, and it's just really forced, and he's forcing himself on her. And
well, it's like these stories are, to me, they're just so odd. Like, he sees her once and he falls in love with her, and it's like that's not how this works.
And she's literally like Smurfette. There's like only her in this whole town. Like single woman.
Of her age, yes.
Of her age. She's the only one.
Yeah, we've got her. We've got the wives of some of the other characters, and then the widow.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
That's kind of it.
Where are all the white women at?
Where are all the women? And then, like, there's a scene where she's, like, they're, like, on a date or whatever, and she's, like, running, and he's, like, running after her. It's just very weird. It's just not a good story. It's very bad.
Yeah, neither of us were fans of it. It was just...
And I really wanted to like it because, you know, everybody always has really good things to say about this movie. And you always see the famous scene where they kiss for the first time. Well, taken out of context, yeah, it's kind of romantic. But when you really watch it in the movie, you're like, whoa, he's kind of like being really rough with her.
Yeah.
Doesn't he like throw her on the bed and breaks the bed, or
that was later.
You're my wife and I'm gonna sleep with you kind of attitude thing. You're gonna have sex with me.
That was later.
Yeah, it's like, what? It was just very strange.
It was very weird. Like, I hadn't seen this movie in a while, but what I had seen fairly recently, I think within the past 12 months, was that fight scene. I caught the fight scene, and I remember watching it, and I'm like, wow, he's just like dragging her. Oh, he just kicked her. Like,
it's brutal.
It's really bizarre.
Yeah, and then the whole underlying thing
is that he's supposed to be like non-violent because he killed this guy in the ring.
He used to be a boxer, and he's fucking dragging her around. Anyway, but the thing is that she is very, very adamant about her dowry. Like, what's owed to her, like, what is her worth, and she goes on and on and on and on about it, and then he throws it in the fire, and she's like, oh, yay, he really loves me. It's like, what? You know, it just really was not good at all. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't have a ton more to say about this one, because, yeah.
Yeah. It's not good.
Yeah, I gave this one a 48. Jerry gave it a 41. The list score is 44.5.
It ain't making the list.
It's not gonna make that. It's not gonna make the cut.
It's not. It's not gonna make it.
There are way better love stories.
Way better love stories.
Set in Ireland.
Yes.
If you want to see a cute one, Leap Year.
Leap Year is really cute.
That's a cute
That's
one.
a good one. What was that other one? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. But just, you don't need to watch this movie. You really don't. Unless you want to, like, watch it and see what we're seeing. Or maybe we're totally off base. And
I don't think we are.
I don't think we are either. And, there's one guy that's friends with the John Wayne character who helps him through all this stuff. And he's drunk the whole time. The whole time! And they make a big joke out of it, like
everything's like everyone's drunk all the time.
Everyone. Every single person in there is drinking all day long.
If you drank like that all the time, you'd be dead in like 10 years.
Yeah, didn't I say that while we were watching the movie? I was like, does anybody work?
Yeah, like that's the other thing. It's like, what do they do for work?
The bartender's working.
Yeah, bartender's like
he's making.
Yeah,
he's making that dough.
He's doing okay. But
yeah.
Okay, you've got the bartender, and you've got the reverend
the mayor.
And the mayor. They do their reverend and mayor shit, and then John Wayne is ostensibly a farmer because he's bought a farm, but there's really not a whole hell of a lot of farming going on, and I think that her brother is also a farmer, but again, don't see a whole hell of a lot of farming going on. And like, what the hell did the rest of these town people do? Like, is there anyone that is there a cobbler? Is there a blacksmith? Like seriously, like what do these people do?
I'm sorry.
What?
I don't know why that struck me so funny. Is there a cobbler?
Is there someone who runs like a general store?
Yeah.
Like, what do these people actually do? It's weird. Like, how does this little like town run?
Well, it obviously runs on alcohol.
Clearly everyone is half in the bag all day.
All the time.
And, fair.
Yeah. And they're singing, like, Irish hymns and stuff all day.
Yeah, they're always doing, like, shanties and stuff. It's a strange film.
It's so bizarre. Like, I don't understand why people have such, like, a soft spot in their hearts for this movie. It's really not good.
The thing I've noticed watching a lot more classic movies recently is they get a pass on a lot of stuff because they're classic, and it's just like, you know what, sometimes classic just means that it's old. It doesn't mean that it's good.
Yeah, it's very true.
And a lot of stuff just needs to get re-examined, and some of it just needs to go away.
Yes, agreed.
This is kind of what I think that just needs to go away.
Yeah.
There are a lot. There's so many better love stories than this one.
And we're going to show them to you. Once we watch all those movies, we're going to add to the list and re-rank them. You're going to see the difference between these movies and the ones that we're adding to the list.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to... Oh, we haven't said did we say our scores yet?
I gave it 48, 41, 44 and a half. Yes, we did.
Okay. All right. Well, if you would like to like and subscribe, please do so. If you totally disagree and think that The Quiet Man is the best movie ever made, please let us know.
I got $10 that my mother-in-law is going to like.
I'm gonna get a phone call, guys.
I'm
gonna get a phone call.
She's gonna be like an angry YouTube commenter, and she's just gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, my mom's gonna say, "What the fuck?"
I could see it. That would be amazing. If your mom typed in all caps and just put in a if your mom typed in all caps and put in just like a bunch of profanity and just like sounded like one of these like fucking dude bros.
No, she's gonna call me.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining. We are rating the list. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Brad.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.